All right, so this is an overview of the new HelpDesk system. The new HelpDesk system is cloud-based, which means you can access it from anywhere as long as you remember the network path, the URL, and it is HelpDesk. I'll type it in now. So it's helpdesk.massbiologics.org, and I'm going to click on it because you can see I've been in it a few times. And so the full path has HTTPS and the // there, but if you type in helpdesk.massbiologics.org, you'll get there. All right, so then I'm going to log in. So it's always your @massbiologics.org email address. I'm using John Fitz because I want to log in as a user and not as an admin. So it would be your email address @massbiologics.org. You won't be able to get in if you use umassmed.edu. All right, so click next, and then it's going to ask me for my password. Okay, and occasionally it's going to ask you to verify your account, and so this one it's verifying my account by sending me a text message to my phone. So I'm going to look that up. Okay, so notice this, it says it'll be trusted for 180 days. Well, the HelpDesk system will be trusted for 180 days, but it's only trusted as long as your password is correct. So let's say our passwords expire every 90 days. So this would, if you keep using your the same computer, it will be good for 90 days once you hit trust here. And so you won't have to go through that rigmarole that I just did on getting a text message on my phone. So I'm going to say trust now, trust it, and then it will open up the HelpDesk system. Okay, so this is the HelpDesk system, and this is your view as a user. It's your personal view. So what you see here is there's a big search bar at the top. There's a add an IT request. That's where you add HelpDesk requests. There's solutions, and that's pretty cool. I'm going to show you that first. But also down here, these are all of my open HelpDesk requests. These are my on hold and my closed requests. And tasks are sort of like sub HelpDesk tickets. You know, I need to do these two tasks in order to close that ticket. So you might have numbers here as well, and that'll take you directly to the task that's part of the HelpDesk. If you want to look at your current open HelpDesk requests, you just hit this here, and it will open all 24 of the HelpDesk tickets that I've put in. And I'm going to exit out of it. And so then it can show you the 55 closed requests as well if you click on that link. Over here is an announcements page. We can put announcements here. Say we know that Smartsheet's going to be down for maintenance for 24 hours or something like that. I can put that here, and you'll get a message as soon as you log in here. So let's go into solutions, and solutions can be accessed here. I'm going to access it, and then I'm going to close it. I'm going to go back to home. Just to show you, you know, with most systems, there's 100 ways to do the same thing. The solutions over on the left-hand side get you to the same place. And I'm going to go back to home. Now, if I go into solutions, solutions are how-tos. So if I click on this, and let's say I wanted to search for something about Smartsheet, right? I can do search, and I can type in Smartsheet. And this is going to go across all modules. So if I do that, it's going to show me the different documents that are how-to documents that have the word Smartsheet somewhere in the content or as a keyword. So there's how to log on to Smartsheet, and that's what I really wanted to find out about. So then I see that here, and I click on this here to pop it out. And once you pop it out and click more, you get a quick explanation about how to log into Smartsheet right here. But if you don't like this because it's too small, you can go over here and see attachments, and if I click on that, I can click on here and download the attachment and open it up in Word, and then I can just review it and follow the instructions. So let's go back. So that's pretty cool. So there's lots of solutions here that you can search for. And if you have a topic that you want us to add, just let me know. Generally, when somebody puts in a help desk ticket and I have like 3 or 4 people doing the same help desk ticket, I'll put together a solution. And they're all going to be here, which means that all those how-tos that I have interspersed throughout MBL Compass and Teams and folders, I'm going to remove so that I have one place to work with them. And they work similar to master control documents, in which there's a version on it, and only the current version will be visible in this list. So this is the best place to do it. I mean, you can download how to install a printer driver and leave it on your computer, and but it might not be accurate, next week or tomorrow. Just like an SOP, these things are going to get revised. Also, I want to show you on the left-hand side, we made some topics to make it a little bit easier to find the documents in here. So if anything's related to Smartsheet, I click on Smartsheet, I get how to log on to Smartsheet because I gave it that as a keyword, right? And if I went to printers, it would tell me how to install a printer driver. And Teams has Teams stuff, all different topics on Teams. So this is pretty cool. So sometimes you can go in and just go to solutions and find the answer to your question. And not have to put in a help desk ticket. But let me show you what happens when you do put in a help desk ticket. Okay, so I'm going to do add an IT request, and let's just say I can't log into Smartsheet. So you'll notice that this format is very different from the old help desk system in that I've got these icons that once you click on them, they pre-fill the help desk ticket with important information, and they require other information before you can move on. Very helpful for us because then we categorize all of our tickets and we can see where the pain points are, what's not working, what is working. So we're going to go to login issues, and this is the most frequent help desk ticket is I forgot my password, or I can't log in to this system or that system. So let's pretend I can't log into Smartsheet. So I go and I hit accounts login issue. And it asks for a subject, and let's say I am having difficulty logging in to Smartsheet. You see what happened over here? On the right hand side are solutions, how to log on to Smartsheet. So I've started the ticket, but I have a solution over here. So I can open up the solution. I can do more here, or I can download it. You can also download it. It's right here. And I read this, I follow these instructions, I say, yes, it's resolved. So I don't have to, it closes the ticket. You don't have to finish doing a ticket because you've got the solution right here. But let's just say, no, it doesn't solve my problem, and I want to continue. So you might have noticed that some of the fields were already pre-filled, like login issue. That's the name of the template. So login issue is already filled out as a category. So what's the subcategory? The subcategory is a list of all the systems I could think of that people would have login issues with. There's a general network login, that's your desktop login. And I have other system in case I forgot something. But this one we know is Smartsheet, right? So I'm going to put in Smartsheet. Smart. Boom. So there's Smartsheet. And what if I was doing it on behalf of somebody else? I could put it up here on behalf of, and let's say Brian Abbott, since he's at the top of the list. So on behalf of Brian Abbott, and then I can change Brian is having difficulty logging into Smartsheet, but I'm going to change it back. No, I'll leave it. And then you can also take this, you can Control C, Control V, and you can put some more descriptions in here, more information. But I'm going to add this request, and we'll show you what happens. So it goes through some validation to make sure that you filled out all the required fields. There's only a couple required fields, and they're filled out. Now I can view the request. And so here are some of the details of the request. You can see that the status is open, the category is a login issue, and it's on behalf of Brian Abbott. There are more details that you can look at. These are I don't know why it does this page, but then it jumps back to here. So there are This is the details page back, but there's also a resolution page. So when it's closed, we can list, the IT staff would type in a resolution, like make sure you're logged into MassBiologics and not UMass Med. You can set some reminders for yourself. You set a new reminder. I want to be reminded in a week that Brian Abbott can get into Smartsheet. There's a history list. So this history list tells you the request was created. If we were corresponding, it would be there as well. If a help desk person was corresponding with you, the whole history would be here. So I'm going to show you one with a history. Oh, and I might as well show you this too. You can add a note. So you can give some details and a screenshot if you wanted to say what's going on. And it would show up for the technician to see as well. I'm going to hit cancel. Now I'm going to go back. And when you go back, it doesn't go back to the home page. It goes back to all of your requests, which is the same as going down to here, right? But I'm going to go to requests, and you'll notice Brian is having difficulty logging in to Smartsheet, and he's at the top of the list. So, and it's not assigned to anybody. But let's look at one. I did another one earlier that says I cannot log into Smartsheet, and here it's closed because I worked on it as John Fitzmaurice, not as user John Fitz. So then let me open that, and I'll show you the history. So a couple of things you'll see in history is that the request was created 11/29. It was updated to in progress by me at 11:31. 11:32, we started a conversation with John Fitz, and then at 11:33, I closed the ticket. So let's show you where the conversations happen. Right here. This is very similar to the help desk system. I think it's just in a nicer format, having an email conversation back and forth. And by the way, this gets emailed to you as well. You'll get an email of the conversation and a link back to this ticket. So when you click on it, you end up back in this ticket, and you can see all of the details and if any details have changed. So this is the user, me, saying I can't log in. I did not see any instructions in solutions, and this is the technician, John J. Fitzmaurice, and so he said, did you follow the instructions and solutions? So this reply was, I didn't see any, okay? And to reply to anything, you can click on, you can forward, you can reply. So which one is this here? Yeah, so I can reply to the ticket right here. I'm going to cancel this. I can also forward it to somebody else in case, we want to get some other technician involved in the issue. And you can reply to all by clicking up here as well. And that is the entirety of the help desk system for an issue like a Smartsheet. So let's just practice, do one more. I'm going to go back to home. And this time, I'm going to be low on toner in my printer. So I'm going to add a request. So low on toner, that's a printer issue, right? So I'm going to grab printer issue. And you'll notice now it's got category as printers. And the format looks a little bit different as opposed to login issues, because category was login issues. So you say select a subcategory. So what's the printer issue? It's toner and ink. So I put that in. I would say printer Callisto is low on cyan toner. That's probably all I need. But you notice when I typed in printer over here, I got how to install a printer driver and a few things here that look pretty random, but actually they're there because the word printer is probably in these documents as well. But the most likely culprit is this. So if I didn't know how to install a printer driver, I could click on that and install it for myself. But that's not related to low on cyan. So I'm going to do this. Control C, Control V. And then I'm going to go over here and give you, it's not required. Only thing is required are these three. But it's nice to let us know where the printer is, because we might not know where your printer is. So I'm going to say it's in Mattapan 2, and it's on the second floor, and it's in dot control area. Okay, add the request. View the request. So now it takes you right to the details of the request. There's nothing going on right now. It's not assigned to anybody. So the details aren't going to say much. It's going to say created by John, and not really any other information here, anything useful except for where it is right here. And there's no resolution because I haven't even seen the ticket yet. I'll get an email notification. We all in IT get an email notification of every new ticket that gets input into the system. Even if we're not in the system itself, we'll get a link to the ticket. So you could send yourself a reminder, say remind by the end of the day that I want to have that toner replaced. So let's go back here. And there you see it's at the top of the list and it's not assigned to anybody yet. But once I pick up the ticket, this will change. It will be assigned and then it will change to in progress. All right, so let's go to home. And you'll notice this got incremented by 1 because it's a new open request that I put in. And you can click on them. And you can get more details if you want. So your resolution and your history and all that stuff is there. So that's how to put in a basic ticket. So there's new, there's solutions, there's your requests. One other thing I didn't show you is if I go up here and search for help, what if I type in Smartsheet and hit enter? So this is interesting. This shows any ticket that I put in that had Smartsheet in the content. So this is Brian's having difficulty logging into Smartsheet and I cannot log into Smartsheet. And this one's closed. So you can track your tickets if you know a keyword in the ticket here by just typing it in. But what it also did is it combined both. It also showed solutions to Smartsheet. So it's really kind of handy. If you just want to look at solutions, you can just click here, solutions, but it will find all of them if there's one available. And also let's try printer. And I'll show you what happens there. All right, so what happens here is it shows your requests here, and it shows how to install a printer driver as a solution. And it also shows some templates so that you could create a new ticket, which is a weird way of doing it since you had that home page to create a ticket. But you could click on printer problems, printer issues, and fill it out here as well. But I'm not sure why you would do that if when you go to add an IT request, there's printer issues there. I organized these two things in a way too. You'll notice they're not in alphabetical order, but they're in the order in which the most frequent tickets are sent to us. Most frequent are people having difficulty logging in. The next one is people having issues with their printer, so paper jams and waste container, toner, and stuff like that. They're all in here for that. And the next one is building access requests. Some people ask for more access, so you click on this and you can ask for the access and we'll finish the job for you, getting approval and stuff. And then there's computer systems support, something basic on your computer. If you're requesting some equipment, if you have a badge request, so if I go into that one and let's say I need a temporary badge, look, it's already filled out. But all right, and let's say I'm returning a temporary badge. You can put all your information in here, and there's some details here where you get that number from for the badge. And they're going to put the badge owner's name up here. That's a required field. And it would create a ticket, and we would know that you're returning the temp badge, and we need to activate your permanent badge. But also, I need a new or replacement badge. You've thoroughly lost your badge, or you've never had a badge. You could click on that and add your information here. Attachments would be helpful if you're getting a new badge to put a new picture here. Just drag it and drop it into this field, and we'll see it in the ticket. And you add the request, and we'll be able to take that picture and make a new badge for you. So that's some of them. You can see that they're pre-formatted, and I think they're very helpful for folks to use. Of course, we're going to have the same system as before too. We will accept email requests. so that you can email mblithelpdesk@massbiologics.org and say, I'm having trouble with Smartsheet, but you can see that you get more information if you go to the help desk system about Smartsheet than you do in an email. So the email automatically creates a ticket, but we have to categorize it and things. And then you can also call the number 617-474-3100 and leave a voicemail message, or if one of the help desk technicians is in the room, they'll pick up the phone and work with you to resolve the issue. If they're not there, the voicemail automatically gets attached as a help desk ticket, and we will assign it to somebody, and we'll also assign it to the user to show that that you put the ticket in, and it's now in your open requests column in this tab. I think that is all in help desk. So thank you for watching this, and feel free to give it a try. Put in a couple of help desk tickets, or contact me if you have any further questions. Thanks.